Sweden, the country that loves Wembley, the favourites for tonight's World Team Championship. On the left of your picture there, Bernie Pearson from Cradley Heath there in the black country. Just moving across into the front there, their new reserve, Soren Joston from Bellevue, Manchester. The boy with the long blonde hair there, Bent Jansson from Hackney Wick. Next to him, the handsome figure of Anders Michenek. We've seen him on ITV a lot this year. Their team manager is Arne Bergstrom. And on the far right of the picture, the pin-up boy, the dishy boy on the right-hand side there from Wimbledon Dons, Tommy Jansson. Sweden, the slight favourites for tonight's championship.
What the points count, I think it's what they'll get off their own captain, Ray Wilson. I think if Wilson goes good, they'll be right in with a chance, and it should be a very good match. And I can see them winning, but they've got to come good in these first four heats.
So we come up now to Heat 1 of the 1973 World Team Cup from Wembley, sponsored by the Sunday Mirror. There's an easy way of identifying the riders. From England, they have the blue helmet. That's Terry Betts on the inside. The Poles all ride white helmets. They're in the number 2 grid. That's Pavel Volashek. The Swedes are in yellow and black striped helmets. That's Tommy Jansson in grid 3. And on the outside, the Russians will be wearing red helmets all night. And their representative in Heat 1 is Vladimir Gordiev. Heat 1. And it looks like Jansson's made the jump. Jansson for Sweden. Jansson for Sweden. And Terry Betts for Great Britain coming under him very, very hard. Trouble already. The pole Volashek and Jansson clash coming out of that second corner. The pole went down like a poleaxe tree, and it's Terry Betts. The referee has not stopped the race. Terry Betts showing the way home now. The Russian is closing on it though. So it's Betts leads for Britain. Then the Russian Gordiev. Way back there we have Tommy Jansson after that first lap knock, but it looks like a tremendous start for Britain. Jansson made the start. Terry Betts came under him. Terry in trouble there, doing some rodeo work. And the Russian is right up on his back wheel now. Come on, Terry, settle down, son. And as they go over the line now, it's Terry Betts in a sensational, dramatic start to the 1973 World Championship. But it's Terry Betts wins for Britain, and Britain have got off to a flying start.
Here we are from the start, and a perfect start. The steward really kept them in. Jansson in the lead. Now you can see Betts come right underneath Jansson here, and this is if where it's going to go. Betts has really got it now. The pole is right under Jansson. He touches Jansson, he falls sideways, and he runs straight into the path of the Russian. The Russian actually gets past Jansson. Jansson's on one wheel, hit the fence. The Russian gets past Jansson, and the pole is laying on the track. And this is really good news for England for such a good start off with the
Sweden. We have Tommy Jansson in the yellow and black helmet in grid 2. Then we have in the blue helmet Malcolm Simmons in grid 3 for Great Britain. On the outside we have Alexander Pavlov from the USSR. Heat 9. And the new world champion in place to get away. And they're away to a clean break this time. And who's made the jump? It's Simmons for Britain. Simmons in front. Then we have Tommy Jansson from Sweden. The Russian current high white Jansson trying to get round in there, but misses out. And once again, Western Europe lead Eastern Europe. And some dicing and ducking going on at the back there between the two Eastern Europeans, but it's still Simmons in front for Great Britain. Second place Jansson, who just saw the Russian coming bulldozing underneath Zakiel there on the top corner here at Empire Stadium. Simmons leads. Simmons made a tremendous start from grid 3, and Malcolm Simmons for Britain. Britain stretching their lead now, looking very good, looking very authoritative, looking completely in command. It's a tricky track to ride this Wembley, but Simmons from Kings Lynn seems to have it weighed up. Tommy Jansson from Sweden going way, way out there in the dirt, trying to find something extra, but has absolutely gained nothing at all on Simmons. When you get in front here, you make your own line and you can really look good, and Simmons has looked the total Speedway rider in this one. Simmons now round the last corner here. He's got time almost to ease off. Simmons over the line for Britain. In second place, it's Jansson from Sweden. In third place, we had Alexander Pavlov from the USSR, and for his third coconut tonight, Jerzy Zakiel from Poland. And so Heat 11 with the Pole, Pavel Volashek on the inside. Next to him, the unbeaten Peter Collins from Great Britain, the new Wembley track record holder after his first ride win. In the third grid, we have Tommy Jansson from Sweden. On the outside, we have Gregory Klivsnovsky from the USSR. So the boy to watch possibly in the second grid there, Peter Collins from Great Britain, and again a tremendous start from Collins. He really anticipated that one, and he's hit that first corner in front. gets into a bit of bother, corrects it. In second place is Jansson and the Russian dicing and nudging each other and elbowing, but Jansson's come under him very, very hard indeed, and he's come under Collins as well, and very nearly ran right over the top of him. Collins has held on. So the two young men of Western European Speedway, Collins, down goes the Russian in third place. Collins sliding these bikes, remember they have no brakes, they have no gears, and they're averaging something in excess of about 49, 50 mile an hour at the moment around this very, very deep, tricky, difficult to ride Wembley Bowl, but Collins really has got it weighed up. He hasn't been beaten so far, and unless he does something absolutely diabolical, he's not going to be beaten in this one. Over the line for Peter Collins, great one for Britain again. In second place, Jansson. In third place, it's the Pole Wallachek, a mile behind. The Russian fell, we just missed him falling, but Collins has won, and this British crowd really are celebrating. The disconsolate face of Eastern Europe. There he is, Gregory Klifnosky slid gracefully to earth on the second lap, and he has a long, long walk back to the pits.
And here we see Collins leading Ben Jansson into the pit corner once again. He makes a bit of a blue going in. Jansson gets underneath of him, and Jansson could have forced him coming out of this corner, but Collins just doesn't panic at all, and you can see Jansson hits dirt, gets on one wheel, squeezes Collins up against the fence, but young Collins just keeps it running, and Jansson's got to shut it off, and he pulls away for another well-earned win.
And so, as the rain comes down at Empire Stadium, you can just see it in the arc lamps there above the start, coming down quite heavily now, making the track icy and dicey, and Britain must not make any mistakes. So really, still plenty of drama and excitement and atmosphere here at Wembley. In this one we have on the inside from Sweden, Tommy Jansson. Next to him we have the Russian Paznikov. In the third grid we have Peter Collins from Bellevue and Britain, unbeaten so far. And on the outside, the Polish was sensation Zenon Klek. So here we go with heat 14. Collins again made the jump, did he? I don't know. The Russian has come under him very hard, but it's Peter Collins from Britain. Oh, what a lovely little rider this boy is. Peter Collins in front for Britain. The crowd hopping and jumping about in salute of this young 19-year-old whiz kid from Manchester. In second place, it's the Russian Paznikov. In third place, it's the Pole Klek, and at the back, it's Tommy Jansson from Sweden. So Collins with lots of time. He loves to keep the throttle screwed wide open. He doesn't mind roaming off the line. He just keeps it all going, and he keeps it all going there on one wheel. But he has also ridden a great deal on Britain's grass tracks, so he doesn't mind them rough and slippery. He's a real little tiger, this boy. You can see the Russian in second place there. You can just see how wet it's getting, because the Russian there was very badly filled in with wet shell, and it's Klek from Poland chasing hard, almost lost control. There's Collins in front. The big battle's in second place. The Russian's done a very, very wide turn that time, and chops back across. Collins in front. Collins in front. There's Peter Collins flying through the frame in beautiful style. In second place, it's a tremendous battle, and just on the line it's Klek who gets up on the inside of Paznikov.